Good morning, everyone. It is 6:28 Sunday here in Sigaput, Maygulano del Norte. I've been retired for, I would say, barely 1 month and been doing all the things that I have listed on my things to do. And so far, everything have been great except one thing, and that's really making me sad. The word is SWERTRES from the PCSO. Okay, but before I go there deeper, let me give you a background so that you understand better why I am sad. So, in a typical barrio setting, the normal situation is that people go by the day. Maybe some are working, government teachers or other places, LGU for example, in agri mostly like fishing, farming, rice belt. So this is normal, and they drive tricycles also. The other scenario, that's the before picture, and the after picture for from our perspective is that we put in intervention like livelihood programs. Intentionally, we have the Seed Mindanao that makes basket and ropes. There's a lot of weavers there, and we have also LMT Farm for coconut, cacao, and banana farming. And yeah, that's the two intervention that we have. Intentionally, those are social enterprise purposes to help rural area, like mostly the people make a living. You can easily move the funds to expansion of ICI, for example, or any ventures in the city that gives us more ROI of our capital. However, we feel that social enterprise is equally important. All right. And most people here, of course, if they make a living or earn from any other sources, so use some cover some expenses like food, school thing. But other in 4P is also been supported by the government. Another thing to consider would be culture. It is culture of barrio people to smoke, drink after work or during for tambays, and then spend some of their time, unfortunately, or for fortunate for some, if they win, to sweetless. So, problem here is how do I make a dent out of this issue, of this society's issue or culture issue solution. So that's why it is very painful and discouraging to think that whatever they're earning from LMT or enterprise or any other people providing them a living is that they're using huge chunk of their money to gamble and taya to the sortress. So imagine if you are earning 300 pesos or 400 pesos daily after a hard day's work, minus they always go to SWERTRES right away, and whatever left are used for basic necessities and other stuff. If you reverse that one, use the salary first to important stuff, no SWERTRES, I think that's a better thing. But again, I mentioned about cultural issue and society in general. So how do I experiment and make something out of this one? So I'm tracking. I'm planning to track something. A sort of tracking. I'm going to experiment with some few people that would I can force to volunteer. Going to track their pilde versus daog. And when you have daog, you normally have balato to other people. Right, Sipen? Nay balato, correct? Ah, pag binaog, okay. When you daog, you buy tanduay or you give away something. Okay, so I have to have a net there. So I'm going to track this in maybe a week or month, and I will prove to them that based from my experience with casino back in Canada for some friends, the pilde is always higher than the daog, and then how much pilde they have at the end of certain period, and then and then advise them maybe through a talk, and tell them what are the good things you can do out of your pilde. So, but again, we also have to consider cultural practices here, right? Just like drinking and smoking. I think this is the best way for me is to approach this way to present to them the proof, the pros and cons, and with some evidence like a data, because I used to work with a lot of data, so it's important, and then go from there because I cannot force them to just stop right away. I have to do it slowly and within the people that I can influence. So if you know any intervention that would help these good people, but maybe they're just using SWERTRES as escape or as a chance to have a better life because makadaog is dako daw. Uh, they don't talk like what I'm planning to do. So let me know through comments. I know it's longer now, but and then we go from there because our intention is really just to make sure that if they're making money, it's so hard to go to the mountain and prune crops and copras or do the laboring the whole day and help me on landscaping and just spend 50 pesos or 100 pesos to SWERTRES. Oh, I don't think it's a good idea. Okay, thank you, and hopefully we can together help solve the make a dent in the on the society's issue in the rural area. And just to show you, by the way, this is the sample of a minimalist room. No, barely a curtain, and nothing really, right? Even the cabinet, they're very simple. No painting, no hanging stuff. So yeah, we live in it's just a dirty kitchen there, but barely nothing there. Okay, um, yeah, minimalism. But let's go back to sorters first. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully we can help the serving the underserved or the people that needs our help.